1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Good.
Hello, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started with the post-game press conference for the 109th Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential. I'm joined here by the Utah Utes. Coach Whittingham will give an opening remark, and then we will open up the floor for questions. Please state your name and media outlet when asking a question, and we have mic runners on both sides. Coach Witt?
Okay, disappointing loss. Credit Penn State, a complete football team, played well. Really made very few mistakes. When you look at us, in our issues in this game, didn't throw the ball efficiently enough, not nearly as efficiently as we've been throwing it all season long. Defense got big played. That's evidenced by over 400 yards of offense by Penn State, only 15 first downs. That's not a lot of first downs, which means they're getting some big chunk yardage plays, which was definitely led to our demise. -2 in the turnover margin. It's tough to win when you're -2 there. So a lot of things that we needed to do better. But again, Penn State, give them credit. They played well. The quarterback was exceptional. High completion percentage, threw for a bunch of yards, ran the ball efficiently enough. We did a decent job running the ball as well, but like I said, our lack of production throwing the football was really off the pace tonight. Our guys played hard though, proud of them. We just have to keep coming back to this game till we get it right. It took us 3 times in the Pac-12 championship before we got the win, so we got to make sure that we try to continue to get back. Now I know the landscape's changing. The Rose Bowl is not going to be in the traditional spot, but whatever New Year's Six Bowl we can get back to, we got to figure that out, or the CFP, one of the two. But love the team that we got coming back next year. Got a lot of talented players, and looking forward to working with them. But a lot of positives this season. Back-to-back Pac-12 champions. 10-win season. It's only been done, I believe, 6 or 7 times in the program's history, and a second appearance in the Rose Bowl. So as disappointed as we are, and as bitter, that this is, still a lot to build on, and that definitely the season overall was a step in the right direction for our program, and we got to continue that. So that's where we're at.
Thank you, Coach Whittingham. We'll now open up the floor for questions. Please raise your hand. We'll start here on the left.
Yeah, Kyle, Josh Furlong, KSL.com. Kyle, 2-part question. Are you able to say what the injury is to Cam, and also did you ever consider putting in Nate?
The injury to Cam is a leg injury. Doesn't look good, I can tell you that. We'll wait for confirmation from the medical people at a later date, either tonight or tomorrow. Looks like it could be something that takes a while to recover from. So that's not positive right now. What was the second part of your question? Nate, Bryson had been taking all the reps with the 2s. Nate had a few plays in a package for him that we just didn't get to tonight. And so Bryson was the guy that we felt gave us, at least tonight, the best chance to move the football.
Okay, next question's from the front here.
Hey, Coach Crystal Rich, KTLA. Hard-fought game, especially in that first half. Following up on Cam, how hard was it to see him go down once again?
Yeah, it breaks my heart. And, he's such a warrior and such a fierce competitor. He'll be back, I can promise you that, from the injury. Hopefully he's back with us. That's to be determined. But he'll work his way back. And it almost seemed to... we lost a little bit of our mojo when that happened. We had a little bit of a deflation on our team, and that's not the right way to respond. We needed to respond better than we did, and it's unfortunate that we didn't, that we had the drop-off that we did.
Okay, our next question will be in the middle right there in the white.
Cameron Nia from the Sporting Tribune. Coach, you told me in the pregame press conference your confidence in the tight ends you had backing up Kincaid. But unfortunately, aside from the touchdown, they weren't really involved that much in the passing game. Could you explain how that went down? Yeah, well, we did drop a couple passes at the tight end position, but Dalton Kincaid is in my opinion, he's the best receiving tight end in the nation, and so tough to replicate what he brings to the offense. Brant Keithy, has been gone several weeks, same thing, but Thomas, Taniela, Logan Kendall, they were not big factors tonight, but
you know, it wasn't just them. Like I said, the entire throw game as a whole was just not what it needed to be. And as coaches, we got to coach it better and put them in better position to get more production there.
Okay, our next question is from the back right.
Anthony Greer from KABC. Just on those two big plays that Penn State had offensively, what did you see on that? And is it difficult at all for a defense when they give up those two big plays to really stay positive the rest of the game?
Yeah, so what was the primary question?
Yeah, just what did you see on those two big plays that
Oh,
they had?
yeah, well, we got cut out of a gap on the big run. It was, you know, it was a defense where we committed essentially, you know, everybody but the corners who were in coverage to the box. And one of our up front guys got cut out by their tight end. The tight end did a great job. If you watch the replay, our defensive guys looking over to the sideline trying to see if we're going to be changing the call. They snapped the ball when his head was to the sideline, which didn't allow him to get a very good opportunity to play the block scheme. So that was the issue there. The other play, the long pass, was a double move. It was cover two structure, and safety just got a little bit too aggressive on the first slant move and went right by us, and it was, 60, 70 yard play. The run was 80, 85 yards. So those two plays right there were you know, very damaging, but you know, we just got to coach them better, like I said.
Our next question is here in the front row.
Dennis Freeman, News for Us Online. Coach Winningham, did Penn State's physicality bother you at all?
No, I felt we matched their physicality. I don't think that was a problem. That's evidenced in the run game. Like I said, they did a decent job running the ball, as we did. I don't think that was something that was a factor in the game. It was mistakes by our defense at critical times and big plays, like I said, which we typically don't give up. You know, we're usually very good keeping things in front of us and not giving up big plays, as evidenced by our #1 ranking in the Pac-12 in defense this year. But tonight just weren't good enough limiting big plays by the opponent.
Okay, our next question will be on the left-hand side here.
For Karine and Devon, disappointment of the game aside, these 2 years that Utah's been in the Rose Bowl and being able to play in this game, and as Coach alluded to, kind of the landscape is changing. Is there anything that you kind of take away from just, I guess, the appreciation of being able to play on this stage?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously grateful to have made it to the Rose Bowl for the second year in a row, and like Coach Witt said, there's a lot of positive from this season and the season before, but it's definitely disappointing the way it ended this year.
Yeah, I agree with Corinne. Going back-to-back Rose Bowls, you know, not a lot of people say they can do that, but at the same time, we wish we would have executed better to come out as Rose Bowl champions. It doesn't matter how many times you come to the Rose Bowl, it's better when you win one. So we could come 100 times. If we don't win one, it doesn't really mean that much. So I feel execution-wise, we could have done better. But it's credit to Penn State. They played a really good game, and we're just going to get back to the drawing board and start preparing for next season.
Okay. Our next question will be from here in the middle.
Sammy Mora, UteZone.com. Devon, what was the message in the huddle when Cam went down with this offense?
I felt like this message was the same thing we said last year when Cam went down in the fourth quarter. Brycey came in and we said, we're trusting you. You're going to be our leader. You're going to lead us in the offense, and we're going to give everything we can. And then a lot of people were even saying the same thing, like, we're doing this for Cam. We're doing this for the fans. And we just wanted to make sure that we kept our heads up. As Coach said, you know, the morale kind of was deflated a little bit when we did see our captain go down. But I give credit to Bryson. You know, he kept his head in it. He kept trying to pick us up even when everybody was kind of down, trying to lead us and trying to get something to go.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions. If we have one in the back right there.
BK, KSL. Kyle, do you think how much, or tell us how much you think the loss of Clark Phillips maybe hurt? I mean,
Well, Clark's a tremendous player. Certainly would have helped to have him in the, you know, back there in the secondary. But you know, he wasn't there. So, like I said, it's next man up for years to come, in my opinion.
Okay. If we don't have any more questions, I'd like to thank Coach Whittingham and both student athletes for joining us.
Okay,
Thank you. Our Penn State post-game press conference will start here in about 5 to 10 minutes. Great job, Tim.
How about that? How about that?
We'll now begin the post-game press conference for the winning team of the 109th Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential. I'm joined by Coach James Franklin, Defensive Player of the Game, Jair Brown, Offensive Player of the Game, Sean Clifford. I'll ask Coach Franklin to give an opening remark, and then we'll open up the floor for questions. We have mic runners on both sides. Please raise your hand and state your name and media outlet. Coach Franklin?
Yeah, so like always, really appreciate everybody coming out and covering Penn State football. We had a phenomenal experience at the Rose Bowl. I want to thank the Rose Bowl, just the entire, from the time we stepped off the plane, not even talking about the game. We were just treated first class, so we're very, very appreciative of that. And I'm just proud of these guys. You know, I was here in 2016, one of the better Rose Bowl games, and watched somebody else celebrate. And I wanted this for them. And I couldn't have wrote the script any better for Sean Clifford to be the offensive MVP and my man Tig to be the defensive MVP. It's awesome, you know, sending these guys out the right way in a time in college football that I think it's more challenging than ever. So just really proud of our guys. Offense, defense, and special teams, we really played a really good, complete game. I thought Kalen King's interception really got us going and got us started. And then we were able to get pressure on their quarterback, which we weren't able to do early in the game. And that started changing some things for us. Obviously, the big run by Nick Singleton. Barney Moore punted well all night long because it was a position game. I'm playing Coach Whittingham as a defensive head coach. And they were really, you know, you talk about drive start battle, they were really winning that. So our guys just stuck together. We made some big plays when we needed to, and we found a way to get a win against a really, really good Utah team. And I do want to take a moment and just make sure that we show enough respect and appreciation for the University of Utah. I got so much respect for the university as a whole, for Coach Whittingham and what he's done across his entire career. Watching them on tape, you know, for people that know and love football, that's a really good football team. So just a credit to them and a credit to these guys that are up here.
We'll open up the floor for questions. We'll take one right in the front. There.
Daniel Gown, Lions 24/7. Sean, can you walk us through the little curtain call there at the end to have that opportunity to go off, and then overall to cap your career in this way here? What does that mean to you right now?
Yeah, it means a lot, just being able to see, you know, all my teammates on the sideline with smiles on their faces. You know, I came up with some great leaders when Trace McSorley and Tommy Stevens and Billy Fessler in the QB room, and great leaders on that team in 2017, the group that I was a freshman with. So just being able to, you know, see those faces of my teammates, it just means the world. Just couldn't be prouder to be a Penn Stater.
Okay, our next question comes from the front right here.
Coach, guys, congratulations on the win. Crystal Rich, KTLA. To start off the game, there was a little bit of a conservative approach in the passing game in the first two drives. Then Sean really started to light things up. Coach, can you walk us through what you saw in the game in the air, especially some of the big plays? And then Sean, can you take us through how you felt in your progressions as you got more comfortable in this game?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily describe it the way you did. They're two really good defenses. We have a great defense led by Tig, who I think is the best safety in college football, and is not.
Yes, sir. Facts. It's a fact.
Glad you feel that way, Tig. But I don't think there's enough people talking about this guy. But two really good defenses, two really good defensive coordinators. We weren't able to sustain drives. I think we would have opened some things up. We were trying to get a first down. We weren't able to do that early in the game. They were playing extremely aggressive with what we call cover zero, with no safeties and bringing pressure. And once Sean and Coach Yursich were able to kind of get a feel for what they were doing and how they were doing it, then we were able to kind of mix some things in, both run and pass. So I thought Sean's scramble, you know, early in the game where he hit Keandre on the sideline was a huge play in the game for us as well. But I think it's just two really good defensive football teams. and then our offense was able to kind of settle down and get going after that.
Yeah, I would pretty much second that. And realistically, I mean, it's the bowl game, and you have a month to prepare, so there's going to be some things that Utah does. They did a really good job of preparing for us. So just getting that feel, the first drive, second drive, and then once we understood, okay, they're going to be coming out in this more. Once we saw that defense, it was easier to start to scheme some things up, really hone into specific parts of the game plan. So, yeah.
Okay, we'll take a question from the Blue Jacket.
Yeah, Dean Straka, 24/7 Sports coach. This could be the final Rose Bowl pitting the Big Ten against the Pac-12. With that in mind, how much does it mean to win this one, given the change that could be on the horizon?
Yeah, and not only that, I also understand that, it's the 100-year anniversary of Penn State playing in this in 1923 as well. So just so much tradition and history with this bowl. And then obviously specific to Penn State. And then playing Utah. I mean, there's not too many things in 2023 where you can say it's never happened before. Penn State had never played, Utah before. So a lot of really cool things. But most importantly, I'm so proud of these guys and how they handled themselves. And I'm talking about it all. The feedback from the Rose Bowl staff about our players and how they conducted themselves. From LA Live, the JW Marriott, they were phenomenal with us, and the feedback I got about our players. That's very important to us at Penn State, not just winning on the football field, but doing it in the classroom and in the community as well. And these two guys are great examples of that.
Our next question is on the right up here.
Tig, what were you guys able to do in the second half to really, obviously their quarterback came out, but other than that, what were you guys able to do in the second half to really slow down their offense?
I think in the second half we had to, take a look at ourselves. And, a lot of emotions happen in this game, and guys start to get out of their way of the scheme. And second half we went in the locker room, and everybody got their jitters out, and we just played together, trusted each other a little more, and we was able to execute more on more plays.
Okay, our next question is from the left right there, standing.
Hey, Sean, I'm guessing outside of playing in the national title game, the Rose Bowl is the game. I mean, growing up, you probably watched it all your life. So now you're in it, you win it. What's it like for you to have an excellent Rose Bowl game?
Yeah, it means a lot. I actually posted a picture on my social media of me as a kid. I was in fifth grade or fourth grade, and my dad surprised me with the opportunity to fly out here with a really good friend of mine and his dad. And I just remember really falling in love with football at that camp, and specifically falling in love with the quarterback position. So for it to come full circle, and then to be able to just be a spoke in the wheel for this team in the Rose Bowl, it's just such a blessing.
Okay. Our next question is from the front right here.
Dennis Freeman, News for Us Online. Coach Franklin, the big run by Nicholas and the big catch by Keandre, how does that change the dynamics of the game?
Yeah, when you're playing a defense like that where it's hard to get yards, you're going to have a difficult time going on a 16-play, 80-yard drive against that defense. You're going to have to create some explosive plays. So it's interesting. They were in cover 0. And we actually did a fake check where we were looking to the sideline and then snapped the ball. We did something similar with Saquon Barkley in the Fiesta Bowl a few years ago. Caught him in cover 0. They were in a bare front, which I wouldn't say is the ideal front to run that play into. But once you crease them, with Nick's speed, you're able to obviously, make a huge play and swing the momentum in the game. And then Keandre as well. I think, Keandre is a great story. I think all these players, they come to Penn State and they kind of have in their mind this vision of how it's going to go. And it very rarely goes that way. And Keandre has just trusted the process and persevered. He's extremely talented. And I just think he has such a bright future. So to see him have such a big night is great because there's so many lessons that are being taught through the game of football. And I'm really proud of Keandre and how far he's grown both personally and professionally. So those were two big plays in the game. And two guys that I think all of us we expect those guys to make those types of plays.
Our next question is on the left-hand side there.
Pat Principe, WGAL-TV. Tig, you remember telling me at Media Day that you wanted to win this game to make your coach smile. To be able to do that, what does that mean?
I make you smile, Coach.
Yeah.
Since day one, since Coach recruited me, he's been a blessing to me. He's took me in. He's made me a part of his family. And as a player, that's all you can ask for is a coach to treat you just like how he treat his kids. And the only way I know Coach got a lot. The only way I could give back to Coach is to win him a Rose Bowl, win him a championship, period. And I sacrificed everything I possibly could to make that happen for him. And I hope I made him smile.
Made me smile, but I also want to say this. In today's college football, where these players are being pulled in 1,000 different directions, both Penn State and Utah, we had very few opt-outs in the game. We had great leadership. Tig wanted to stay in the game. I pulled him out, made him come out of the game, him and P.J. Mustipher. I wanted Sean to have that opportunity. He kind of hit me on the sideline. We kind of got in an argument. He didn't want to come out of the game, but I wanted to take a moment for him to come out of the game and be recognized, because Sean's experienced it all at Penn State. He really has. And, there's so many good things about this game, but there's so many good young men like Tig and Sean and PJ. I can go on and on and on at a time that it is more challenging than it's ever been. So I couldn't be more proud of these guys, how they conducted themselves, not just in this game, but really throughout their entire careers. And they got great stories. And I look forward to continuing to be a part of their life and watching them go on and do great things.
Okay, our next question is going to be from the middle left there, Lisa. That's fine.
Thank you so much. John W. Davis with the Orange County Register. I want to start with Sean. Sean, what did you see on that 88-yard touchdown pass to number one? And then also, all three of you, just wondering what you thought about that, I'll call it a soccer-style celebration, if you guys caught it.
Yeah. No, it was up for debate, whether we wanted to take a shot. It was that 3rd down and 4. And, I've been seeing the same look all game, so I was definitely, a proponent for taking that shot. And I know that Keandre wanted it too. Great players make great plays, and Keandre anybody could have thrown that one. So, kudos to Dre. He played a great game. And for Selly, I have no idea what he's talking about. So
Yeah, we're not sure what you're talking about with the celebration. Oh, yeah. I wanted to kill him because literally Terry Smith said on the headset to me, I think Keandre pulled his hamstring. But, yeah, whatever he's watching, stop watching it.
Our next question will come from the right-hand side right over here.
Colin Beasley, Philadelphia Inquirer. Sean, you've had a Penn State career with so many ups and downs. What does it mean to you to end
lot of
your
ups.
career? To end your career on a day like this?
Lot of ups.
Yeah.
Few downs.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Coach. No, it means a lot just to be in this position. I just think back to all the different teams that I've been a part of. And quarterback's a funny position because he gets all the recognition, but it's, I depend on 10 other guys to get the job done constantly. And if one guy messes up, and including me, the whole play on offense is kind of wrecked. So, I just respect, love, and appreciate every single man that has came through Penn State's programs and impacted me in whatever way, whether that be coaches, administration, staff, and especially my teammates. Tig and I always talk about it, and I think that in 2020, Coach Franklin, he made a statement about the locker room and culture in the locker room and how America honestly could even reflect that in the best way. And Tig and I always talk about it because it doesn't matter race, religion, where you're from. I got brothers for life in that locker room. So I can't thank everybody enough for my experience at Penn State. I've cherished every minute of it, the ups and the downs. And I just couldn't be more thankful.
Okay, we have time for one more question. We'll take it on the left right there.
Coach Franklin, congratulations on the win. I don't want to catch you
sir.
off guard. I want to ask you, are you aware of a situation through texting tonight in the NFL game or not at all?
You talking about with DeMar?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chris Peterson kind of told me after the game, and I got Terry Smith, and me and Terry recruited DeMar. So obviously our thoughts and prayers, it's very personal. You know, he's from Pittsburgh, from Pennsylvania. Terry Smith and myself recruited him, got to know his whole family, unbelievable family. And obviously we're sending our thoughts and prayers to him and the family, and hoping and praying that everything is okay.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you guys for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.